meeting is being live streamed.
Are being live streamed.
I like the fact that you've got your t-shirt promoting Montreal Dojo. I guess now that you're being live anyway, you might as well.
This is the
TAM.
This is the John Lennon edition. Looks like John Lennon. Squint your eyes. Okay, great. Strange. Great. Onegaishimasu.
Onegaishimasu.
We'll just start shoulder width. Just find a nice, comfortable impulse down to the ground. Release out the shoulders. Just let the feet start to come off the ground. Have a nice deep breath as you do it. So find the toes, just let the heel and straight down to the ground. Good. Taking the body front and back. Swaying from the spine, the shoulders travel over the hips, front and back. And take it side to side. And the weight swing naturally into one leg. Very gentle rotations. Feel comfortable to do such that the body gently incline into the diagonals. Open them out a little bit. You can also do it to the back, just be careful with the spine. Open out the rotation a little bit. Good. And just settling back into the center. And just put it down. Good. We're going to open close. Just play in this case with a 1 foot forward, so you're going to open the body up to the top, close it down. So big and closing movement. Focus on the pelvis, kind of closing and opening. Also bring the legs into it as well. Working on the legs. Let the arms kind of fold open up. Nice big movement. You can also come up onto the toes if you want, really big, open up the body. Make the body small and then big. So, good. And then just a few of the other leg forward, same thing, open and close it. Just settling the body back to the center and just folding down. So reaching up, nice deep breath in, a little bit of a back bend, and then hinging the hips, releasing the knees, lengthen all the way down, breathe out. And if you want to breathe in, just let the hands come up to the center line. extend, reach up, and as you come down, breathe out. Right. Right. And last one, just let the body hang down at the end. Breathe out. Release the spine, release into the shoulders. Couple of nice big deep breaths. And nice and slowly pull the body up. Standing. Great. So do a little bit of it's a kind of protocol that I've trained with a lot, and we use it now in Aikido a lot, which comes from the foundation training exercise program, which is really useful. The first thing we'll do is just really on the breath. So it's a kind of decompressive breath, especially good after if you spent a long day kind of on computer, sat down a lot. So the main thing with the breath is to open up, expand, and basically decompress the body. The natural is to like breathe in and then breathe out and collapse. So the first thing is just find a kind of thumb and little finger. You're going to press the thumb into just the base of the rib, last rib, and then the little finger somewhere around the pelvis, just floats on top of the rib. Now, what you're looking to do is basically open up this whole area and keep it open, basically. So you don't want to let it collapse back down. So the in-breath, spread, open up. And think about breathing big into the rib hole of the rib cage, 360 degrees. And as you breathe out, keep that space up. So keep the torso long as you breathe out, so that you'll feel like the torso becomes tension and the belly becomes kind of pulling towards the spine, basically. And then just do a couple of deep breaths in. Breathing big, wide, and also into the back. And breathing out. As you just think about the length through the back of the head as well. So you're going to slightly tuck the chin, pull the chin back, lengthen up through the back of the neck. And as you breathe out, keep that length. And then the last one's just about the elbows. Think about slightly pulling the elbows long, apart, away from each other, and not squeezing the shoulders, just letting the shoulders be nice and big. And one final breath in. Big up and deep out. As you go through the postures, don't worry too much about the breath, but try and keep that breath through it. We'll do a few postures with this. The first one's the kind of classic, is called the founder, basically. So it involves basically a hip hinge of the body. So just start with the feet, and you just want the outside edges of the feet to be kind of parallel. So they'll look like a slightly inturned, but the idea is just to get the outside edges kind of parallel, lined up. So the key with this posture, the first one, is just feel that you can pull the feet up and settle into the 3 points of contact with the feet. So the base of the big toe, the outside edge of the little toe, and the heel, basically. So you've got those 3 points of contact in each foot. And then just let the toes kind of naturally settle down. The key with this movement is you're going to hinge the hips back and let the knee not go forward. So generally look at this will kind of happen. Just pull the hips back, hinge the hips, and let the knees basically track backwards. If anything, the knees are going back. Okay, so you're shifting the weight, loading into the hips, and basically strengthening, loading the body into the posterior chain, so the whole back side of the body. So just play with this full hip hinge forward. Just let the weight stay forwards, stay in the feet, and just let the hip hinge back, and just pull yourself in and out. So just getting the hip, basically pulling the body back and pulling the body up, pulling the body back, pulling the body up. And then we're going to bring the hands into it. So the two classic positions in this position are this long wing position. We've got the hands and the thumbs pointing out, opening up the body. And then this position coming into a kind of sphere of tension. So it's the fingertips basically coming together, as if you're kind of holding a big ball in the hands. So squeezing it and equally in all parts of the hand. So we come wide at the top, this position. And as you go into the hip hinge, just let the hands come into that sphere of tension at the top. Key with the shoulders, the classic for Aikido position as well. You don't want the shoulders kind of pull up, you want them to scoop back and down. So that position, and then as you come up, wide. So hinge in the hips, reaching the hands out, and then pulling up wide. Hinging forwards with the hands back with the hips. Good. And then just think about the length of the spine, so as if the chin is going to slightly pull back, chest slightly pulls up as you do it. And again, you don't want to kind of collapse the body down, so you want to be long, wide, lengthening up through the whole body. And then we just bring the breath into it as well. So as you go in, deep breath in, and deep breath out as you come up. Deep breath in as you go in. As you come up, pull up, and in, and back, and in, and back. And we just take this into a full hinge. So you're going to reach forward, find that position, just hold it, one deep breath. Breath out. One more breath in. And then with the breath out, you're going to release the hands up to the top. So scoop the hands up, reach the hip, reach the hands as high as you can. Start to pull the palms up. Lengthen, one deep breath in this position. Think about the tailbone, the hands, the back of the head, all pulling to the ceiling, tailbone pulling down. Deep breath in. One more deep breath in. And then you're going to rotate the thumbs down as you breathe out. Just hinge the body down. Keep the hips back. Hinge the body down. Just release the top of the spine now. So lengthen or curl the spine. Fingertips in the ground. Just take a nice deep breath in. Slightly pull the hips up long. Engage the hamstrings. Just check the feet again. So just pull the toes up so that you're just settling into those 3 points of contact. Both feet. Deep breath. And then just gently walk the hands forward. A couple of feet. Keep the hips back. Lengthen through the shoulders. Keep the weight in the hips back. Good. You're going to walk the hands back. As you breathe in, find the shin bone. So you're just going to press the hands into the shin bone. Pull the back up long, so you're bracing the whole lower back and the body, back of the spine, back of the head. Pull the chin up. And then keep in this low position, pull the hands up wide. So you're back into that long room position, but much deeper now. Pull it, nice big deep breath in. Deep breath out. Next breath in, pull the hands forward, scoop forwards. Hold it, a couple of breaths. Lower back starts to burn, you're probably doing it right. One deep breath in. And just release it. Release back to center. Release out the hips, just lose all that tension. A little back. Good. Great. And then we'll do a lunge position. So you want to be square on the feet, like a kind of railway track, both feet, toes pointing forward in this position, hips square. Try and feel the weight's kind of 50-50, even though the back heel's off the ground. Just let the weight settle in. So one good way to do that is just lengthen up through the knees, and then just drop enough where you feel kind of elasticity, not enough that you're kind of dropping in, just that you feel kind of sprung in the feet. Okay. And then we'll just do a few breaths here, so just lengthening up again. Find that position we did before. So thumb in the rib cage, little finger at the base of the pelvis. Nice and wide. Lengthen up slightly, pulling the hips up, letting the body be long. Let the hands come out to the side in this case, and just keep them at the side as you go away from the back leg. So you're just going to slightly tilt away from the back leg. Just initiate to hinge to the side, pull up just a couple of times. Lengthen, pull up. Feel the feet are really solidly anchored into the ground. Just let the spine flex to the side. Nice wide body. Good. Now with the back hand, you're going to reach forward. Hip is going to lead it, so the back hip and the back hand kind of work together to reach forward, and then think about pulling yourself back. Okay, so you reach forward and then pull yourself back with it. So again, all the movements coming from the hip and the anchoring down in the feet. So use the pressure in the feet to both anchor you into the lengthening and pull you back into the top position. And if you want, bring the breath into it. Don't be too kind of conscious of it, but lengthening the breath, using the out breath, pull you back to center. As you do, just start to think about shifting more and more weight into the front leg. So without letting the knee adjust, just shifting weight into it, spiraling down into the hip and the foot, and pulling back. Shift a little bit more weight each time. If you're more comfortable, just shift more and more forwards. More and more forwards. Good. And then just hold that front position on side, reaching across, and then bring your backhand in, find that sphere of tension again. So you're bringing the fingertips together, slightly off center, slight spiral through the upper body. Most of the weight in the front leg. A couple of breaths here. And then keeping the weight in the front leg, you're just going to pull the body up into a spiral. So don't let the weight come back. Let the weight stay in that front leg. Twist the body up into a big, big spiral. One nice deep breath here. Think about the heel and the fingertip basically pulling away from each other. One tight line. And take the breath out, pull back into center, pull the body back up. Good. Press into that foot, switch the leg. We go into that lunge again. So again, just find that kind of springy, elastic quality in the body. Hips square on, both feet kind of tracking forwards. And again, just one deep breath here, nice and big. Pull the hands out wide. And just tilting away from that back leg. Wide, just getting the feet really anchored into the ground. Feel they're nice and secure. Take a slight lean of the weight. Good. And then same thing, opposite hand. Hip, rotate forward, reach out, pull yourself back. Reach out forward, pull yourself back. So again, using the anchoring in the feet to stabilize the reach, extension, and the draw back. And again, if you're comfortable with it, just take more and more of the weight forward into that front leg. So more of the weight can leave the back leg. More of the weight can enter in that front hip. Reach out, pull back. Reach out, pull back. Last couple. Last one, hold it. Bring the other hand into it, squeeze the fingertips together. Nice and big. And then again, keeping the weight in the front leg, slightly start to spiral the body up, 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 up. As you can comfortably. Squeeze the fingertips together. Think about the heel, back heel reaching towards the ground, even though it can't touch it, and the tips of the fingers stretching up. Big deep breath. Big expansive in. Lengthening up as you go. And next breath. Out. Pull yourself back up to center. Bring yourself back. Release the legs. Shake the legs out a little bit. Good, good, good. Okay, great. Last one we'll do is a wide leg. So a little bit wider, about double shoulder width. And you're going to let the toes in this one point out. So the kind of guiding the way is that the inside foot should be kind of parallel. So you just want a kind of gentle, slight outside inclination of the foot. We're going to just go into a hinge, so chop the hips, basically chop the hips back, just to let the weight settle, and then just let the arms kind of follow the hips and find that position, the front, and then just press yourself back out. So you're going to chop the hip, trace the leg, and then find that steer at the front, and then just push yourself up. So chop the hip, roll the hands across, find that steer, and press up into the ground. And the key is to kind of anchoring the feet again, so the hips chop back. They go down, and settle the weight into the feet, and then just press up with the feet to the ground. Just a few nice deep squats. Good. Good. Just a couple more, and then this one, hold the position. Just hold that squat position. Down. Okay, you're going to let the knees bend a little bit more towards the feet, and the hands are going to separate, and you're going to press them into the ground. They're keeping the back long, so if you're kind of spearing the hands into the ground here. no weight in them, so you should be able to kind of raise them out without adjusting position. So there's no weight in the hands, just spearing them in, fingertips down. And then this one, find the hips, really find the ground in the feet. You're going to open one hand up, and then you're going to pull it up to the top, reach up with it. So if you're kind of presenting something with in the palm of the hand, and then bring it down, and just alternate between the two. So check the feet each time, check that you're not loading too much weight in the arms, but spiral the hand up, and then reach up. And you want this to be like a scooping motion, so not with the shoulder, but a scooping up. And the hands full all the time. Big, expansive movement up. So the hips are anchoring the body, and the shoulders are able to mobilize up, 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 as you can. Good. Up, up, up. Just do a couple more on each side. Good. You just spear the hands back down, find the hips again, find the shin bone, pull the body up a little bit higher, Good. Find that long back position, long wing position, thumbs spread out. One deep breath. In this position, the last one, just pull the hands forward and stretch the body out. So you're going to go a little bit further forward, let the hips really hinge back as far as they can, hands reach forward as far as they can, just hold it there. Couple of deep breaths. Next out breath, just release the body back, find the center, bring the feet back to center line, shake out the hips, shake out anywhere you feel tension. Try and release the tension. So if you feel any lower back, release it. You want to kind of keep it in the body. Good. Okie dokie. So those are 3 positions from the foundation training, really useful. There's loads more, tons more. Those are kind of 3 of the foundational kind of movements in a sense. We'll go some BOKKEN. Take a BOKKEN. So let's see. Okay, good. We'll start nice and easy. Work in the first row, just arcing through the cut. So find the back. Yeah, and just engage in the back, because we've done a lot with the lower back now. Don't want to add a little too much tension into the back. So go through, release it, and just feel that the weight can drop down. Keep a strong structure to the body. You're really paying attention to the feet in the ground, nice and solid. Shift of the weight back into the back leg, and then the shift back into equal. Good. Nice full range of motion. That's great. Yeah, good. Good. Okay, good. So just start to gradually find the ground with it. Don't add power into the strike yet, but just placing the weapon here. Place it and then just release it. Okay, and just check the stability in the body. Notice big things like this happening. So I place the weapon, I roll back, and the body basically comes back into the center line. Try and use that feedback as you do it, and really find a position where I can basically hold the body in and just settle. So nothing really needs to change, just engaged in the body. Engage into the cut, release the arms down, and just feel the weight basically still in the ground, nice and settled. So find the back, place the cut, and just release it. Just check in the body again. I'm looking for excess tension, or you're looking for shifts of the body back to balance or back to center, and use those as feedback for the next cut. That's it. Good. That's it. Good, good, good. Okay, great. So start to add a little bit of focus into the strikes now, but pull yourself back to neutral each time. So you're going to find the back, find the cut, and then pull to neutral. So you're giving the back a break as well between it. So you can, and we obviously do a lot of the time, that and then back up, that and back up. But in this case, find the focus and then just release back to neutral. Find the feet calm, release the back. into the focus, and then back to neutral. Reach the back, cut, and back to neutral. So making a distinction in this case between the kamae position, the hip, and the cutting position, engaged with the hip. Okay, good. That's that, good. So good. Good, great. That's it. Okay, good. So I'll give you a couple of options, things you can play with. In this case, we're looking at precision. So what I want you to, ideally, if you've got an object you don't mind hitting, or if you do hit it, it won't break. So with this, I'll show you an exercise of it. So the first one, precision, I've got this, and I'm going to basically hit for the center of this ball. So this is about the right height, and I use this just to kind of hit into. Now, if I actually hit it, I'm going to break the glass on it. So I've got glass underneath it. So I just want to do this. Connect in, find the back. 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 And I don't want to hit it. Okay? I just want to focus above it. Focus above it. Okay? Focus above it. Yeah, and I just want the control rod just stop just before it. Okay? Give it a try. So this is just going a bit of precision with the movement. Sit. Using two things: the focus of the target, and you also use it as feedback on the cut as well, because it'll tell you whether your cut is consistent or not. Whether I can just hit the same spot.
Where are you looking at?
Where am I looking? In this case, I'm actually looking like here, but I'm not looking down at the bottom bone. I'm looking there. Okay. I'm looking basically out. You can get it, but the key thing is if you look at it, you don't going to collapse down into it, which is harder. Right. So it's easy. It's easier if I don't need to focus on something, or I don't need to. I'll get feedback. So if I hit it, I hit it. That's the feedback. Yeah.
It doesn't sound like a banana that you're hitting.
That's not a banana. Yeah. Okay, good. Let's try another. Let's see. Okay, good. I'll show you another one you can do. You don't have to do these, but they're just ideas as well. So you can play with like this. The other one is this: you set up 2 wine bottles of good glass, and you basically set a track up. So just enough for the sword. I'm going to do this just about there. Okay, so when you do this one, you basically want to align the cut through. Obviously, I don't want to hit the bottle. So when you do this one, you want to go through, and you don't want to hit the bottle, basically. So if you've got a setup basically where I can do this, basically cut in between, cut in between, cut in between, cut in between. And again, I'm using the feedback, especially if it's glass. I don't want to hit it, right? I want it to just travel in between and settle there. Yeah, so I'm wedging the cut into a tight space. Yeah. So again, this is about precision and consistency. Give it a try. Use something basically that you've got a track that you can follow. Basically, you've got feedback. The other option, if you don't have anything, is just follow a straight line on the wall, basically a door frame or a corner or something. But it's easier if you've got something where I got actual feedback on the cut. So because it's easier, it gives me clear definition where I actually am hitting. So.
You know what Isabella would say, Michael? It's a good thing she's reversing. Show off. Michael's showing off. But when you're doing the cut between the glasses, between those wine glasses, are you looking? Are you actually still looking? Is your focus slightly further away?
In this case, I don't need to look in this case, because if I hit them, I hit. Now I don't need to look at it, because I'm basically just there.
So can you do it with your eyes closed?
Yeah, if you can do this with your eyes closed. If you think about it, it's not about changing the sword in this case. So I can do this. The mistake most people make this is, I'm going to try and change the sword to the bottle, but actually it starts in the body. So it's actually the foot alignment to the target, the body's alignment to it, and then the sword basically matches that. So the clarity in the form is actually going to come from the body, not from having to basically change the weapon to do it. So the setup is actually the key to this. So the kamae, the feet, engagement, and then boom, and then the feedback is whether I can consistently bring the sword into the same place. So there's tons of practices like this. They're all useful. And also then you've got Tenrin, where you're actually striking through, different kind of 𝘥𝘢𝘪𝑗𝑥 practices. But it actually starts with precision in a sense. Power comes later. Yeah, that's it. There we go. There you go. Good. Good. Okay, great. So we're looking a little bit with the 𝘥𝘢𝘦𝘴 as well. So that's all working Shonen, and basically you're cutting into a space here. If you work now 𝘥𝘢𝘦𝘴, so if you've got a bottle or you've got a ball or something, you can kind of target. You do the same thing now, but focus on basically going to the side of it and then drawing back. Going to the side of it and then going back. Going to the side of it and then going back. And the feedback is whether I'm kind of bouncing around or not. Bouncing around or not. And the precision is, of course, I don't want to hit it. So I don't want to be way off target, but I don't want to be going so far that I actually hit the target. So in this case, you're using the target as feedback on precision, basically. So just play a little bit, but now you're going 𝘥𝘢𝘦𝘴. So the strike's been delivered in a diagonal down into it. So, okay. Yes. Okay. Good.
It's actually easier not to look at the target.
Yeah, it's easier not to. Yeah, and if you've got one that you don't mind hitting, if you do hit it, you hit it. So it's not really a problem. And it's not that you're not looking as well. You've got. I mean, you're basically using the peripheral vision to do it, which is easier to do with. You've got a wider peripheral vision. Obviously, that's what it's for. So that's it. That's that easy. Good. Now, if you can, you've got enough space, do it with a step. So you're basically also training cutting distance as well. So or targeting, getting to the right distance. So find a position where you're basically one step away from the cut. Yeah, and you should be in basically the tip of the sword should be cutting. So one step in, cut. Okay, and you're right on it. One step in and cut. And then train a few one side. And then train the other side as well. So find that distance. There. And then back. Just the right distance where you can take one step in and find the cut that way. So you don't hit it. So that's that. Yeah, good. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're going to go one trick with this. if you think about it, all the attacks with the weapons, they're actually, it's not done with the sword, it's done with the body. So the attack is always going to be delivered from the body. The sword's just the extension of the body. So the trick in this one now is to find the kamae. I really go with the feeling that I'm going to initiate the cut, but I just don't bring the sword with me. So I do this. The whole body goes into it, and I just do that. Okay, and then come back. Okay, so my whole body goes in with the feeling of cutting. There. And I just leave the cut out of it. So the body does it, that. And what I'm pressing is just the body movement to just go into it. And notice the arms want to do everything and don't let them do anything. So you can even do it this way. Let's try it like this, do it like this, find the kamae, really go with the feeling I'm going to cut, and then don't. Just step. Okay, don't let the arms do anything. Okay. If they do anything, they release. Okay, and you just want to practice the body going in. Okay, so the first movement, the primary movement, is the body basically going in, and the trick in a way is like how to get the body to just move, just initiate. So connect, really go with the feeling that you're going to cut, and just boom, just step in, and try on both sides as well. So you can see the side. Connect, really connect, and then go. You bridge the gap with the body. You reach in, you attack with the body. Reach in, you attack with the body. That's it. That's it. That's it. Yeah, good. It's good. Nice. Yeah, that's it. Good. Now, just start to bring the strike. Oh, I'm on a kind of. Okay, bring it in, but bring it in the one way to go into the foot this way. So you're trying to bring the whole movement together now. The initiation in the feet to bring the sword, and that initiation goes to the hands. So it's nothing in the hands first. It's the foot pressing up the bokken. So really feel connection between the tip of the weapon, the pressure that goes into the foot, and the raise. And the pressure down. Don't worry too much about the cut or the power of it and the weight in the end, but just focus on the initiation and getting the hands, the hips, the feet all to kind of go together. Everything goes forward, everything goes into the attack, basically. That's it. Nice. Good. Got it. And again, play with both feet. Good. But we'll do one exercise without the sword now. Just have it at the side of the body, either in the left or the right hand. Find the feet here. So you're going to slightly bit a different distance now. The distance is so that as you step, I just want you to feel that you can press weight into the target. So come back. Now at the same time as you land weight in the feet, but weight into the object. In this case, I'm not looking again to disturb it, just to place weight and connect with it straight away. And again, just notice there's two things that can happen now. I can be too close, and I'm basically on top of the weapon, or on top of the object, or too far, and I end up stretching out to reach for it. So just think about kind of the correct distance where I just need to come in, step, and basically land weight into it. And I should feel that the weight's basically in the ground and in the object at the same time. In the ground and in the object at the same time. It's about basically landing weight, basically. And again, you can do it both sides. Once we're kind of comfortable, step in. So. That's it. Good. Yeah, that's it. Easy. Good. And then have the same feeling with the sword again. You're going to be a little bit further distance. Like that. A little bit distance. Again, just one step in, and again, feel that the weight of the sword enters at the same time as the feet. So the weight of the attack in the ground and in the sword at the same time, and it would enter into the object in the same way that you would do it with the hand, with the touch, and straight in. It's all basically one motion. The movement immobilizing in and the strike weight down, all together. Again, try both sides. You can have an optimal range where you can just step in comfortably, apply weight through the cut. Nice and balanced cut. That's nice. Good. Okay, great. Don't worry now about the object. What we're going to look at is basically if you look at any sign of balance, one of the key signs of balance is that I can make another movement without having to make major adjustments in the body. So we'll basically do this with two cuts now. So find the first cut here, find the balance, and then just think about initiating into a second cut. So we'll do it in a Kihon practice, and then we'll roll it into a 𝘰𝘰𝘪𝑗𝑗, but focus on just one cut, settle into the ground, and then release straight away into the next one. Okay, and if you do this from the left foot first or from the right, mix them in. But you're basically taking one step, settling the body in, and then the mark of balance is whether I can just initiate the body into the next strike. So again, it's just an issue of kind of mobilizing the body, recruiting the whole body into the next strike. And the more balanced I am, the more grounded I am, the easier that will be. Okay, good. Okay. Okay. The second one, we'll play with this again. It's a little bit of a trick for the body to go through, but you're going to basically find one cut, settle it, and then just work on the initiation. So this coming up to the top. The key thing with this is that the arm you don't want to adjust anything in the arm. So if the arm's kind of outstretched a little bit, they'll want to naturally kind of pull back into the center. So feel that the arm's basically connected loosely to the center, or the arms are connected to the center in a loose way. In that, I mean that the joint system's still open, not kind of pulled out there. And then feel that you can just initiate that with it. So just play with the second raise, just the raise, not focused on the attack. Okay. So you cut fully first time, and then focus on the release into the raise to the top in that position. And don't worry about the cut in the second one. Just the raise. And basically how to, again, recruit the whole body into that movement. And especially notice adjustments in the arms. Yeah, that's it. Good. Great. Good. Yeah. And work both sides with it. Yeah. That's it. Good. Nice. Good. And then again, just take it to a full cut. So both cuts now full there. And then again, the last one focusing on weight down into the cut. reset, find another series, 1, weight down, initiate, weight down, full power extended cut. All right. See how much the body can kind of release into the next. Good. Bam. Good. That's it. That's that. Good. Okay, good. So we'll do one exercise here. This is to take it into more of a 𝘰𝘰𝘪𝘭𝘪 style attack, not full 𝘰𝘰𝘪𝑭 because we're going to kind of use pauses, slight pauses in it. Focus down the feet. So what we're going to do is an exercise here. You're going to do this very slowly. You're going to press weight down. We're just going to hold the spot. All the weight goes into the front leg, and the whole front leg is going to ground. So the whole foot is in the ground. The back foot, you're going to focus on doing this. So as you come in, this and out. Okay, as you land it, you're not going to kind of fully compress the foot. You're just going to land into the back of the foot here. So as you do this 𝘰𝘰𝘪𝑭, it's going to look something like this. I'm going to kind of spring out to the back foot. So I don't fully load the back leg and then go into again. If I do that, I'm basically stalling the movement all the time. So what I want to do is basically load into the front leg, that and then release it, that and then release it, that and then release it. So there's a spring up into the body. So I'm using the compression down, not fully settling and grounding the cut. Not fully settling and grounding the back leg, I'm fully settling and grounding the cut. But it goes into the body and then releases. Goes into the body and releases. Into the body and releases. Goes into the body and releases. So just playing a little bit, just on the spot. And it's that now slightly different compression in the back foot. So it's something that's kind of springy. This is a tricky kind of quality.
Yeah, it's hard to settle properly when I'm thinking of the next move.
Yeah, really. Okay, let's see. Okay. Yeah. This is... Okay, and again, just go into the footwork in this, but you're going to kind of propel yourself forward. So work your way into this, work it as a kind of progression. So build yourself up like 1, 2, 3, and then what I want you to do is 4. Come forward into it. So as you spring out now, rather than just changing the foot, you're going to press it and go forward with it. So again, the test of the connection is whether I can load the weight that and use that to kind of spring the body out. So it should feel like boom, there and forward, boom, forward. So you're using the compression of the ground basically. So I'm letting the weight actually fall into the back foot, and I'm not allowing the foot to fully settle and basically settle down the body. I'm looking for that to spring the body into the next movement. Spring the body into the next movement so that the footwork becomes now the flexible quality in the body. And that's what's going to translate into the sword work. That will make the sword flexible as well. Yeah. Give it a try, do a few on the spot, and then just allow yourself to be and propel forward. That's it. Got it. Good. 1, 2, 3, 1. Here we go. That's it. Good. Yeah. That's it. Okay, good. Now we're going to do it every time with the steps. So it's going to look, you can do it again, left foot or right foot to start. Find your kamae, settle into it. Now you go into the cut, you find that, and then you go into the second cut. And just allow the second one to fully settle in ground. Okay, so it's just the mid cut now, or the midpoint of the posture. The feet are grounded, you go in, you cut, and you snap out of it, and then you settle in the end. Okay? So it's a flexible footwork pattern now. This, through. And again, the feedback is in the weapon. What happens to the weapon? Okay, so what happens to the weapon? Boom, it sticks, and then I go again. Or what happens to the weapon? It mobilizes through the cut. That's it. That's it.
Right.
Yeah, good. That's okay, good. Yeah. Good. So again, we'll just finish with the handwork pattern where we use this. We'll just do a couple, just static. In this case, just do with the right leg, right foot. You can do this with both sides, but just for now, just for today, just with the right hand, right foot. You're going to roll the body back and you're going to step back this way. Hand starts to open out, and then you're going to press through and roll through with the hip this way. So kind of corkscrew movement of the whole body. This rolls back. Find the back foot to the ground. Really feel that you've got pressure into the ground here, and then that pressure releases the foot and the hand together. Okay, so it's foot and hand together, foot and hand together, and then foot and hand together. And using that feeling of the sword work again. So allow the blade of the hand to basically work with it. So you're going to open out, yeah, and then you're going to close the hand back down, and the focus is on that part of the hand. So you're getting a kind of arc in the arm this way, and with the basically the blade of the hand forward. There. So you open it out and then you roll it forward this way. And the forearm's doing a lot of the rotation work that way. So you roll back and you roll in. The key with the footwork is in terms of balance, notice that the ability to just move, so the ability to just move back and the ability to just move forward with the whole body. So that the pressure in the ground is what's releasing the body in and out, or front and back. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Good. That's it. Good. And then play with this the same idea with the sword. So you're going to press the body out of it. So this now becomes fluid, but it's not in a case that I just speed the movement up. So it's not that I just go like bam, bam, and try and do it fast. So I just get stalled in the movement. So play now with the footwork slightly different. This rolls back, and then as I reach into the back foot, this presses me out. So this becomes now fluid. Okay, so this movement back and this movement in now become flexible. So it rolls back, that pressure down. Feel the weight of the body basically fall towards the ground, and then because the structure's there behind it or with it, it's going to just press me back out of it. So the pressure into the ground, boom, causes the release, and then the whole body can coil into the movement that way. So it's down, bam, 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 and then in. Yeah, so you're creating elastic tensioning of the body. Yeah.
Could you just step back a bit, Michael, and then I just want to see your feet again when you're doing it. Yeah.
Roll, snap, bump.
Okay.
Good. That's it. Good. Good. So last few, if you've got the BOKKEN still or not, just play with now, both hands, and play with a little bit more elasticity in the body. So you've got the basic standard movement, which is to kind of roll back and then roll through. But if you think about doing this in any direction, and you can also bring in rotation work with it, you can start to freely work both sides as well if you like. This will start to open out. And again, the fluidity in the body and its ability to connect to the ground, find the structure, drop the weight down, and use it to kind of roll the body into the 𝗏𝑰 movement. So rolling in, find the ground, pulse out of it. So you're pulsing the weight into the ground to release it, pulsing to release it, pulsing to release it. And you can make this movement as big as you like. You can think of loads of techniques, especially all the 𝗏𝑰𝘠𝑦 movements we make. Or loads of moves like 𝘥𝘰𝘢𝘪𝑐𝑢, and you said 𝘗𝘰𝘪𝑚𝑝𝗜𝗏𝗏, 𝘰𝘰𝘦𝘦𝘦, 𝘗𝘰𝘪𝑐𝑢, all these kind of movements, they rely on this rolling of the structure. And that kind of clarity of the movement comes from sword work. That's good. Set.
I think I want to keep going into the 𝘱𝑰𝘠𝑧𝑐𝑢 that we did this morning.
Yeah, you can do 𝘱𝑰𝘠𝑧𝑐𝑢. Yeah, it's a good one to do it. Well, that's a quite nice one. A bit tricky with the rotation. Good. Good. Okay, last minute, just take the BOKKEN from the shoulder width, just find the feet again so nice and flat, release into them. And just take the weight to the BOKKEN, release down into it. Nice comfortable hip width. The feet. Release out the arms. Lengthen a little bit through the back of the neck. All the shoulders nice and wide. One stretch each side. So if you bring the front foot forward, stretch up through, reach up, look towards the ceiling. Just bring the BOKKEN as far back as you can comfortably. And then bring it back down. Step up, and then change the leg each time. So bring it back. If you do this with the jaw, you can get a much bigger range of motion, but let's release it as far as you can. Bring the shoulders back, a couple on each side. One more each side. That's one. There we go. Okay, super. We will talk about that. Great. どうもありがとうございました。
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 Okie doke. There we go.
Thank you so